Well, this is October 12th, 2010. We've spoken quite a bit about using support and resistance as targets, and I want to share with you what's happened this morning. Is now a little after 10. We got a nice bump here. I'm using the simple template, a continuation right here off of the moving averages. Uh, when this bounced, it was time to go short right here at 55.10. We came all the way down to a Pesavento bar, a couple bars right there, and we hit, if you look at this 1.0, this is the overnight low, and it's quite impressive that we get this bounce. Now, once I got in, I got a little hesitant right here and got out right at the third midpoint of the third support at 52.75, getting in from 56.50. Now, this doesn't always happen this well, but if you'll notice here, the price came up, came back and tested the support line, went back up, hit the second support line, did a little retest to see if it was going to go down, and then went back up, and right now it's headed up to the midpoint of the second support. It's gotten hung up a little bit here on the 89, and the reason it's gotten hung up there is there was a previous low over here. Now, this is going to take a little while to get up there. The high here tested a low over here right after the open. So it's a good idea to keep your eye on these support and resistance levels. I'm going to pause the tape right now and see where we go from here so you get an idea of how these markets move in the morning. Now, this change right here, if you look, was 9:51. That's a classic turning time. This was 9:44, 9:42, another classic turning time. And right now we're in the process of doing a little retracement down to the second support. Everything in the market is negative today. So if this doesn't break out above here and doesn't bounce off a second support, your next target is going to be the third support and the low of the morning. We're at a spot where usually we're going to go back up and test some things before we continue down. I did switch to the standard ergodic template that we use. You will see how we bounced off the second support. We're still trapped between the moving averages here. We've got to be careful where we're going at this point. This is kind of a no man's zone that I never trade. If we get up to breakout of the previous high here, then our target is going to be up here at the first support level, which was the high of the day session. If not, it's going to drop through, so we've got to be very cautious here. We're looking at the ergodics, and I'm looking at the long time frame. So let's just sit here and wait for a few more minutes and see what happens. You can see it's starting to break out. This is a normal price pattern that we have. Well, we can see how the market bounced off that second support level, came up here to the midpoint of the first support level. We still have a lot of resistance with all this junk in here. It was a pretty quick move. A lot of people will take this bounce because it works, and we see how the ergodic is supporting that. We're not quite through this resistance level. It's an area I don't like taking longs when we're getting stuck in this retracement kind of things, but you can see that had we taken that bounce off the second support, we would have picked up 3 points. The market seems to be in just this rising uptick. There must be some news from either the Chilean miners or some other information that comes along. Now, we almost made the low of yesterday. We'll have a standard retracement back to this midpoint, and then off it'll go. I'm going to stop it for a second. Last 10 seconds, you can see the market came back and tested, is now trying to go up again, and you can see how the market is flattening and losing steam here as it gets closer to this high.